Welcome to Waking Up with Don. In our constant search for hidden gems in Panama City, we have stumbled upon Richardson's Refinishing and Antiques right downtown Panama City. And I'm here with Steve Richardson at his place of business. Steve, welcome to the show and thanks for letting us behind the scenes here.
All right, appreciate you guys coming down.
How long have you been here in this location?
We've been in this location for 26 years. My dad started the business in 1959, and
Wow.
we've been several locations since then.
So you grew up here?
Yeah, this old building used to be Western Auto when I was a child.
Mm-hmm. And now it's Richardson's Refinishing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking all around me, and this place is almost like a museum. I'm looking at some beautiful things that you're working on.
This is an English piece that a lady brought us, and pretty bad shape. We had a lot of pieces missing, so we're in the process of restoring those, putting it together.
Wow.
The English always like their furniture stained dark, but the Americans like them lighter, so we're in the process of lightening it up. But there's the top laying over there.
So you can bring almost anything in
together.
Here, and you can, I don't know, make it look
Well,
like new, but
we
make
work
it look
on
good.
modern and antique furniture. We do a repair, refinishing, and upholstery. But we take old stuff and make it look good again.
Yeah, and take damaged stuff too.
Right.
And put it back together again.
There's an old chair we've got to put back together here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That looks
We
like
see
you
it come in all kind of condition.
Well, we got to run off to a break, but after these messages and the local weather, maybe you can show us around and show us some of the other pieces you're
Sure,
working
be glad
on
to
here.
show you around. Thank you.
And now we're going to go to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back. I'm at Richardson's Refinishing and Antiques downtown Panama City, and I'm here with the owner, Steve Richardson. Steve, we talked a little bit about this chair before, but what's the story with this thing? It looks like an antique that's seen some better days.
Well, this is a good Sheraton style, shield back Sheraton dining chair. And we don't know how it happened, but we get stuff coming in all kind of condition. We'll be able to reattach the back and repair it and make it look like it never happened.
Wow.
We're able to fabricate pieces that are missing, that sort of thing. So that's one of the things we do.
And you would also reupholster too if you, if you
we
had
do
to, right?
do a lot of upholstery. Yes.
Wow, because you showed me some before and after pictures earlier that were just unbelievable. The condition that some things come in and the way they leave, it's something else. Now, this table here that we were talking about earlier, you had to fabricate some pieces here. These little, I guess you call them spindles?
Yeah, these little finials were missing.
Okay.
A few of them were there, but to make them all so we could match them just right, we replaced them all, fabricated pieces. But as I was saying earlier, it is an English table. It's probably built about late 1800s. And the English like their furniture stained dark, but the American eye likes them lighter. So most of the time when we restore an English piece for American clients, they like to lighten them up.
And I noticed
so
the top here is gone too.
Well,
Yeah,
the
what's going on
top is
with
over
that?
here. We're in the process of gluing the top up.
Okay.
And then it'll be sanded and all put together. But that is, we really enjoy working on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it looks like a beautiful piece. Do you have any idea how old that might be?
Probably late 1800s, but this has been in the lady's family for a long time. Means a lot to her.
Sure.
A lot of the work that we do, people get it done just for sentiment. It belonged to their grandmother.
Right.
Some of the things we work on are not really worth restoring from an economic standpoint. But family heritage means a lot to people, so some of the pieces we do are for that. But this is a piece that is both worth restoring and has been in their family a long time, so they've got two really good reasons to invest in having it restored.
And you really can't put a price on that. I mean, if it's been in your family for a long time and you want it to last for a few more generations,
well,
you'll make that
sentiment really, that's a subjective value versus like an economic value, but that's very important, you know, pieces that have been in the family. I've never been a really good antique buyer because I usually talk people into keeping the pieces that they're trying to sell me. I hate to see something transition out of the family, but it happens sometimes. But looking forward to having this piece completely restored.
You know, with the popularity of shows like Antiques Roadshow and things like that, they always say, oh, don't finish it. You'll ruin the value of it if you refinish it.
Well,
that true?
Is true for some a limited number of pieces, but most furniture, if it needs restoration, it's worth more restored.
That's amazing stuff. Well, maybe you can show me some more stuff that you're working on.
Yeah, we've got another number of projects we can show you.
Well, let's go take a look. So, Stephen, what do we have here? What's going on with this piece?
What this is a late Victorian oak roll top desk. And we've got the parts over here. This is the timbre.
Right.
This is the part that rolls up and down once this thing is all put back together. But a lot of times when we're working on pieces, we'll find stuff, compartments that people didn't know about, stuff lost in there. This is a piece that we're working on when we
So
took
you
this.
You have to disassemble this to really refinish it properly, right?
Right. When we have a storage area here in the desk. But as we were disassembling it, we found some things that had fallen down in the back.
Holy mackerel, look at this stuff. Look at this, a Valentine's Day card from 1947. It says Daddy on here. Some dad didn't get his Valentine's Day card in 1947.
It's very late.
And look at this, a letter to Santa Claus. Holy mackerel. And look at this, here's a postmark, 1949.
We've got checks from Bank of New Brockton, 1919.
Wow.
And there's some kid's rendition of Santa Claus.
Oh, look at that.
The date on that is 1942.
So that kid's probably in his 60s by now.
Oh, yeah.
At least. Isn't that something?
A lot of times when we're restoring pieces, we run across things like this. But we box them up and return them to the owner. And it's part of their history, part of their family.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff.
But we like being able to preserve people's pieces and family history, that sort of thing.
That's like a little discovered piece of history right there. It's got to be exciting when you pull something up and you see that kind of thing.
Well,
like
you
that.
never know. We haven't gone all the way in. There's still some stuff in there.
Wow.
But no telling what we'll find.
How old a piece is this?
The late Victorian period ran from about 1880 to about 1915. And the predominant wood of the late Victorian period was oak. And the earlier Victorian periods were mostly walnut. But the lady that owns this, it's been in her family a long time. And when it's all back together, everything will work like it should. It'll be good for another 100 years.
That's amazing stuff. We got to run off to a break. And we're going to go right back. We'll be right back after these messages and your Max Biz tip from Zenobia. We'll be right back.
Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I am delighted to be here in the Max Out Studios bringing you your Max Biz tip for the day. Listen, our topic for today is ways to overcome anything. Ways to overcome anything. You know, I'm reminded of something from my favorite book in the entire world. It reminds me that there's no temptation that has ever overtaken you or I that's not common to man, and that there will always be a way of escape. Meaning, there's no situation, there's no problem, issue, or circumstance that you and I can't overcome. Listen, I have 5 tips, 5 strategies that I personally use to overcome anything, and I'm going to share them all with you. Number 1, you've got to turn what disempowers you into what empowers you. And I use a formula called the FAT formula, F-A-T. You've got to know what your feelings are. That's what the F stands for. F stands for feelings. Knowing what your feelings are. And then A is accepting your feelings, right? Accept that that's just the way that you feel. And T is transcending your situation. Make the decision to turn this problem into a solution and see it as an opportunity to learn. Number 2, focus on positive thinking. Kick all that negative stuff, kick the way that you feel, the way that you think to the curb. Number 3, don't be afraid of making mistakes. They're gonna happen. Nobody's perfect. Number 4, think about your obstacle's condition and know that you can overcome it. Think about the condition, the situation, the environment, right? And then number 5, become a total time lord. The key here is all about time management, using time management to overcome any obstacle and any issue that's in your life. Listen, I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I am here to support you. You can reach me at www.zenobiaandrews.com. Listen, if you follow me on social media, I'll follow you back. And let's continue to press towards the max.
I'm here with my old friend David Powell from Innovations Credit Union. He's going to give us a little update on what's going on at the credit union.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Don.
Hey,
good to be back.
Thanks for coming on the show again.
No
I always
problem.
enjoy our little talks here about the credit union.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am a member of, oh, by the way.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. What's going on? What's the latest and greatest?
Well, the latest and greatest, you know, I come by occasionally and visit with you here and talk a little about innovations.
I see you got the memo on the blue shirt.
I got
and
the
black
memo on the
pants
blue
today.
shirt. Oh, yeah. So that's a good thing we sorted that out. But, you know, I come by here and I sometimes will talk about the history of the credit union and how the credit union Innovations has been here since 1952. We're local. All the people are Bay County employees. Obviously, our 6 locations here are the only place we are. All decisions are made local and all that. So, you know, I come and I talk about that history and I talk about our involvement in the community and I talk about how we have programs to help kids save money and how we have automobile loans. But today, Don, I really do want to focus on something that's brand new at Innovations. And it's something that I mentioned on your show a couple weeks ago, just very briefly one day. I mentioned that we would have a new business suite of products coming out called Octane.
So what's included in that business suite? Now, I have a business account there, checking account there, but what else is in that suite of services that I can avail myself of?
Absolutely. We've taken an array of products and sub-branded it Octane. And so you'll see this Octane logo. It's a flame and it says Fueled by Innovations. And so it'll be truly a one-stop shop for a business, small business, medium business, even a big business can come in. And this Octane suite of products includes a checking account for free, savings account if you elect to have one for free, comes with free internet banking, a debit card, and then the ability to get e-statements, pay your bills, do all those things.
That's what sold me on Innovations. Was there were no monthly fees for my business account there.
No. And
that's huge.
Another part of it is that we have business partners that handle credit card merchant service, and we even have a business partner that handles payroll services. If you're one of those small businesses and so you got 5 or 6 employees, you want somebody to kind of handle the payroll and tax deductions and all that, we have a business partner that can handle that for you. And so under that bundle of Octane Business Solutions, we can put together a package for any small business that is free, because we don't charge anything for our checking account or internet banking or the savings account. So you earn some interest on your money, let Innovations handle the processing of all your transactions, and save some money and earn some money.
I got to tell you, it means a lot to a small business too, because you're busy, you know, doing your job, operating your business, serving your food or putting on your TV show or whatever, you know. And then there's a whole other side to the business of bookkeeping and payroll and taxes and things that, you know, if it's your first business, maybe you've never even given it any thought until you jumped in.
There's an awful lot of parts and pieces, as you know, being a small businessman. And something else I forgot that's included in that business package. Also, now if you have a business checking account with Innovations, you can apply for business credit cards. We have our own brand of credit card available, and something that you know, just recently the credit union has started to do is the availability of commercial business loans. So if you are a small business owner, you want to purchase a building, or if you want to expand your building, or if you need a piece of equipment or an automobile, we'll be glad to handle those requests for those business loans as well.
So it sounds like it's kind of one-stop shopping for the small business person at Innovations.
Absolutely.
How do we get in touch with you, David? How do we do that?
Well, you can call me at 233-4400, David Powell, and my office is located on the Thomas Drive location of Innovations, or you can go to our website at innovationsfcu.org. Stands for Innovations Federal Credit Union. So innovationsfcu.org.
David Powell, thanks for the Innovations Tip of the Week, and we're looking forward to having you back next week.
You bet. Thanks.
Welcome back. I'm here with Steve Richardson at Richardson's Refinishing and Antiques. And Stephen, what's the story behind this rocking chair? This looks very old.
Well, a lot of people have grown up seeing rocking chairs similar to this, but this is the period, the original type that has been copied ever since it first came out. This is a period Boston rocker, and this particular one was in the family of the American evangelist D.L. Moody. D.L. Moody was a famous evangelist after the Civil War, and he founded the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. And a local lady here owns this chair. She is a Moody by birth, but her great-great-grandfather was Isaiah Moody, who was Dwight L. Moody's brother. And this piece came to us. It was in a lot of different pieces. We reassembled the piece, and we were able to restore the original stenciling. Wow. I don't know if the camera will show it, but there's a lot of stenciling here that was hand done when this chair was made. And we were able to clean off the accumulated dust and polishes and finishes and preserve those and enhance it.
So how old a chair is this?
This chair is, one interesting thing about this piece that we like to find is the historical documentation. This one, it says on the bottom here that this chair was made in May of 1838 for Edwin Moody. That was Dwight L. Moody's father.
Wow.
So D.L. Moody was rocked in this chair as a baby. It also says off to the side in pencil, it says that in February 5th of 1885 that Isaiah Moody repaired the chair for his mother's 80th birthday. And Isaiah Moody was Dwight L. Moody's older brother. He was quite a craftsman. We have photographs of his shop, and he put the chair together. The lady that we restored the chair for had never been allowed to sit in the chair. It was always in bad shape in her family for many years and sat in the living room, and her mother would not allow any of the kids to sit in it. So when we got the chair put back together for her, she was able to sit down in it for the first time.
So now it's in your hands.
But,
and
yeah.
how does that feel, knowing that this has been repaired before, maybe 100 years ago?
Well, this chair, I'm sure, over that amount of time has been repaired several times. But it's nice to give them a new life. And one thing, when we're restoring pieces for people, we always encourage people to document their important family pieces one way or the other. One way is just to take a permanent magic marker under the seat or inside of a drawer or on the back and say, this belonged to my grandparents who came from so-and-so, and it's been in our family. It's important to document that. A lot of people, they know where their pieces come from, but when they're no longer around and can't document that, it's nice to have them. Well, another way you can do that is get a little brass plaques made and engraved and screw those to the back or the drawer.
That's where people know
but
what's going on with it.
It's very important to document your important family pieces.
Well, this is awesome stuff. We're going to run off to another break. And
right.
Maybe we'll go take a look in the back and see where all the magic happens and how you restore this stuff.
All right.
We'll be right back after these messages. Steve, this is a pretty impressive area that you have all this stuff stored in here. And then this workshop area, it looks like a busy little place. What's going on with this chair over here?
Part of a set that we're restoring, refinishing, and changing the color.
Yeah, and you got...
This is the area here where we do most of our sanding, staining, and finishing.
I don't even know where to look next. I mean, there's so many cool pieces back here. What's going on with this? It looks like you're sanding this, or...
Now, this is a late Victorian curved glass china cabinet. It's quarter sawn oak, and when it came in, it was extremely dark. These pieces, a lot of times, they were finished light, but over the years, finish will just die and turn dark.
Yeah, so you're lightening
we've stripped
this up.
This one.
Yeah.
This one has a lot of leaded glass that goes in to these areas when it's restored. We'll be reinstalling the leaded glass that goes in here.
Oh, and that curved glass, look at that.
This one has mirrors that go in the back. And quite often pieces come in like this and they're missing their cornice up here. A lot of times they get taken off and lost. We fabricated this one to put it back like it was originally. But when we're done, it'll be a light color and everything will be working like it should.
So every piece is probably different, but how long does it take from beginning to end to refinish something of this size?
You'll probably have close to 30 hours in that piece to get it like it should be. It'll be in a satin finish lacquer when it's done, and that finish should look good for a very long time.
Well, this is a beautiful place, and I'm sure glad that we stumbled on it back here. And this is just like one of those hidden little gems that you never really think of in Panama City. I mean, really got to look for you. Where are you located?
We're downtown, close to the courthouse. We're on 4th Street, the corner of Laverne and 4th. And we've been in this location 26 years.
Yeah, and if, so somebody could just walk in and say, hey, I got a piece of furniture, or we could just give you a call, right?
We'd go and check jobs on site for most people, but a lot of people will drive up with it right on the back of the truck.
All right, so we could just
but
call
we
you.
do free pickup and delivery. We give free estimates and do a lot of woodwork and upholstery.
Well, thanks so much for letting us behind the scenes, and thanks for showing us how you're restoring history and preserving people's heritage through the furniture in their homes. Amazing stuff.
I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having us in.
Thank you.
You've been watching Waking Up with Don. We'll see you next time.